Hi, friends. This is film critic Awan from Cineblues, and today we have the director and the actress of the film Pinky Beauty Parlor, which is going to soon hit the cinemas on the 14th of April. Uh, a very warm welcome to both of you.
Thank you so
So,
much.
Akshay has been the writer, director, producer, and also has acted in the film. And we are glad to see him how he has done it, how the film has done the justice to his story. And also, Sulagna, we are seeing her as the main protagonist in this Pinky Beauty Parlor. She plays Pinky in the film, and the film actually is a satirical comedy. What I got to know, and it tackles color discrimination. My first question to Akshay sir is sir, this is you have based the story in Banaras. Why did you choose Banaras as the story as the place for your story?
So, a couple of things. One of the things is my native place is very near to Varanasi. I belong to a small town called Gazipur, which
Okay,
is 70 odd kilometers away from Varanasi. So that was one of the reason. And I wanted Banaras as it is a very popular and one of the oldest cities in the world.
right.
And so is this dogma of skin color bias,
Mhm.
So otherwise, Banaras is very colorful. If you see through
Right.
our film also, it's a very colorful city. So that was also one of the reasons why I wanted to set the film in Varanasi. And there was a challenge to project
Mhm.
Varanasi in a different manner, in the sense that there are so many films being shot and made in Varanasi.
Right.
So when I was writing the film, there was one challenge that came to my mind. What is one different thing that I can show about Varanasi? So, like I said in the beginning, we both are foodies, and so is my producer Bhuvneshika. So, I have shown Varanasi. One aspect of Varanasi is food. The local food is so delicious, so awesome. So,
Okay.
in my film, there are two ways that I show Varanasi. One is through Bulbul's character, the elder sister of the film, and one is through Pinky, which Sulagna plays. So
Yeah.
through her, you see the food culture in Varanasi. All that food, whether it's rabdi and lassi or thandai or the chaat that we used
Yeah.
to, everything there in the film. Lots of people have seen the film, and during the interval, they would say, "Yaar, ki bhook lagi. We are hungry because there's so much food on the screen." And such delicious food, street food especially.
Acha. Yeah.
So
So
that these are the few things that I wanted the
to
film
cover.
to set in Varanasi.
Right.
And because it's a heartland, it is a Hindi heartland, and we were
Yes.
making a film in Hindi. So that's also one of the things, and being one of the holiest cities. So there were so many factors, being the holiest cities, oldest cities, colorful cities, but still this dogma of color discrimination exists there
Right.
on
Right.
everywhere in India and across the world as well.
Yeah. Right. And so in the film, we will see both food and the nitty-gritties of a parlor, right? A beauty parlor, what people, these ladies, they come and what discussions. I saw glimpses of that from the trailer, and of course, it was very interesting. So, sir, this film has actually done very well in all the film festival circuits. I think more than 30 film festivals, it has got tremendous appreciation. So, do you remember any particular instance of appreciation or any particular memory of any particular film festival?
Actually, there are loads of memories because there was a time that I was traveling every other week to one or the other countries or cities
Right.
in the India and other countries. So yes, there are loads and loads of and our film, and we as filmmakers, we were like underdogs in the film festivals.
Right.
Wherever we would go, like if I see when this film was screened in Cannes, I was surprised with the kind of people. They were not invited that we had sent, but only going through the brochures and the whatever synopsis that we had sent, people turned up for the screening, and that was the first screening, and that too outside India in one of the biggest festivals in the world. And
Right.
we were quite scared, but the response that we got, and especially from the non-Indians audience, that was very surprising. I mean, I
Yes.
got mails later on who were reading. I mean, the audience was reading the subtitles. I got a mail that, okay, you have very fantastic dialogues. Like, okay, and then because the film is layered, and there's lots of humor, dark humor, black humor, satirical humor, so people were relating to that. So
Right.
those reactions were very important. Like I have been telling you, so offhand what comes to my mind is one of the reactions of an audience in Canada, in Ottawa International Film Festival. This person whenever I speak about this incident, it gives me goosebumps because this person was paralyzed down his neck. He cannot
Acha.
even move his hand, and he
Okay.
came on a wheelchair with the support of a helper, and he was operating his the wheelchair with a stick in his mouth. He would operate like this, and he had
Oh.
come to see the film. He was a Canadian guy, and
Uh-huh.
actually I was like overwhelmed with this kind of I mean, effort that a person is taking. Matlab, we get bruised a finger, we make an excuse, we can't do this and we can't do that. And that person has so many challenges, but still he makes an effort to come and watch the film. And
Right,
because in
right.
autumn, the film was the closing film of the festival, so the screenings get extended because of the media interactions and the Q&A session that happened. And that person watched the whole film, 2 hours film, and he waited till everything was finished, and he was waiting for me to meet, and I got to know and just rushed to him, and I was like, thank you so much for watching the film. And
Oh,
you know I was so overwhelmed, and he said ki, when I saw the trailer on the site of the festival, I thought the film would be good. And he took a pause, and there was a big heartbeat skip in my head, and he was like, but I found it beyond my expectations. So
yeah.
he was like, yeah. And then he said ki, you both actresses and lead actresses are so beautiful, and I'm so surprised that we still think that fair is beautiful and dark is
Uh,
not. So he also understood the whole concept of the film,
rest
and
of the film,
he
yeah.
the effort that he put into watch the film is one of the experiences that I can never ever forget.
Yeah, that must
When I
be
would
very
say,
challenging. Yeah,
when the film
definitely.
was, yeah. So like when I was in Seattle, when film was screened in Seattle, uh, uh, the very next day I got a call from Washington University in Seattle,
Oh,
and I was like,
okay.
oh my God, I have to go and address the students. Oh, is that true? So I got a call from a professor from that Washington University. She had come to watch the film. She was a head of a department, and she
Right,
said, "Yeah, we would love to have you there, especially the way you have presented the film, the narrative, and addressed that issue.
right,
Because we as a maker, we never wanted uh, to be very preachy, because at the end of the day, cinema is entertainment. So
right.
she wanted me to come and just address their students, the mass communication and students of cultural, whatever the department was. And I was a little surprised. Okay, I used to think if I'd given an entrance test, I would have failed
Right,
for
right.
Washington, but I got through that opportunity.
Okay.
So there were lots of incidents that happened. One of the
Yeah.
incidents was Ifi Goa. In the closing ceremony, our film got a special mention, and the chief minister was on the stage, and we were like, me and my producer partner, we were sitting, with a dignitary and VIP guest. We got a, lunch kind of a thing. We were sitting,
Right.
and the chief minister mentioned 4 films, and out of
Mhm.
4 films, 3 films are world cinema films, not one single Indian film. And
Okay.
then he mentioned Pinky Beauty Parlor, and we kind of jumped from our seats because we
Yeah.
never expected that kind of a reaction and mentioned. So he was like, he mentioned the other 3 films were the world cinema films, and then
Right, right.
it was about the kind of reaction or response that the film got at the festival. The fourth name was Pinky Beauty Parlor. We're like, oh wow.
Mm.
So
That must
these
be
are
the
the
moment. So to our
yes.
audience, this film has actually traveled across 30 film festivals or more than that, including our Mami in international film festivals, IFFI Goa, then Melbourne Film Festival, then Cannes and whatnot. So my next question is for Sulagna. So Sulagna, I have been following you from a long time, since the serial days when you did that Dhara of the story of conjoined twins on TV, and then Murder 2, that was a very dark cinema, I would say. And also, I saw you 5 years back. This it released during the same time, March, April. Raid, the film which had Ajay Devgan and Saurabh Shukla. So these films were a bit of dark and I would say tackled political issues, darker films. But this Pinky Beauty Parlor is uh, looking to be a light-hearted comedy. So what exactly how exactly did you prepare for this kind of role?
So actually, if you see, this is also a dark comedy.
Okay.
It's yeah, because it has a murder mystery and everything in the story. So
Yeah,
it
the
has
trailer
something for
shows that. Yeah.
everybody. The
Mhm.
entire story. Yes, the character I'm playing is very like chirpy and like
Uh,
जैसा नाम वैसा character है Pinky. And for me, I think like when we went to shoot in Banaras, मैंने 2 दिन बनारस में घूम के I just thought how she would have grown up, how she would have lived. And sir helped me a lot, with all the stupid questions I had. He would always have an answer for me. And I want to thank him कि इन्होंने मुझे बहुत खाना खिलाया film में, because as he said, we are both foodies, and I had some of the best food I've ever had in my life in
So
Banaras.
do you rate the food out there better than what we have in Odisha?
No.
I think
Sorry.
that's a very, you should not get into that zone actually.
Yeah.
That's unfair to us.
Nothing tops
I was just
Banaras, I have to say. Sorry.
No, we have a lot
So,
of good street food also in Orissa, many
absolutely,
places. So,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yes, we have our dahi vada, aloo dum. We have so
yeah,
much
right,
to
right.
So I think Indian food overall, like everywhere,
Yeah,
is very nice. But
yeah.
फिर उड़ीसा का थोड़ा, अब उड़ीसा से हूँ
No,
तो क्या
that,
करें,
that
अब
bias
आपको
is,
बनारस का ही
yeah,
अच्छा लगेगा. So that bias will be there, of course.
Akshay ji, you have also acted in the film, right? You play Dulal, the guy. And I saw the trailer. There were good, funny instances with the two inspectors, with the two cops, basically. So, what prompted you to act in the film? See, you have already written the film. You're directing. Was it not tough for you to act also as an important character? I think many of your scenes are with Pinky, as in Pinky the
see,
character.
actually,
Yeah.
what, I don't know, I hope I don't sound weird, but because I had written some 15, 16 drafts of the film, all the characters was inside me. I was living all those characters, whether it was Pinky's
Okay.
character, or the Bulbul character, or the cops. I was living all those characters. So
Okay.
I love giving narrations. So whenever I used to give the narrations, I would enjoy every character. So this was one character, because I wanted to play, because this guy gets beaten up by everybody. If you see the trailer, he's being slapped.
Yeah.
He's being hit
Even
with a
even
broom.
Bulbul slaps you, right?
Bulbul slaps me.
Ah.
Pinky's character hits me with a broom.
Oh, is it?
The cops, you can see the way they are torturing.
Yeah.
In the trailer, you can see
Right.
they're hitting all over the
I think you
place.
were one of the suspects in the murder that Pinky
Yeah.
made. Ah. Okay.
Correct. So I didn't want any other actor to go through that pain of getting hit by all the characters. So I said it's better to take the blame on,
Okay.
rather take that plunge myself. So I did that. But jokes apart, I loved playing that character, and I love all the real roles of filmmaking, whether it's writing or directing or producing, and what do I say? Matlab, yeah. So I totally enjoyed the playing that role. And like I said, it was easier for me because everything was in my nerves. मेरी नसों में घुसा था वो एक character, एक कहानी, क्योंकि I had written, मतलब after 15 drafts I lost the count, because everyone after 15 drafts it was like final draft 1, final draft 2, final draft 3, because every time, every morning I had some or the other idea to do some changes, and because after the casting there were a lot of changes I started making, because the actors, when Sulagna came on board, or Khushbu, or all the other actors, I wanted to, I didn't want to do a workshop in the sense script reading. I knew these actors are like brilliant, but I wanted to know them as persons, so that I can utilize the best aspect of their personality according to my script.
Right.
So then I started tweaking in the scripts, and if you see the film, she has performed really well, and all the other characters are like, being a director, I was really satisfied with the outcome, the end result, the way the actors performed.
Yeah.
So I think everybody else made my job easier as an actor.
Okay.
I was, easier as an actor, because everybody knew their lines, everybody knew what they had to do.
In fact, the dialogues are also very good. I saw one dialogue. I just happen to remember, like nuclear bomb में इतनी जिंदगियां बर्बाद नहीं की चाहिए, काले गोरे की चीज ने
Exactly.
बर्बाद
But
किया
if
है.
you go by statistics, there are so big. I have a research material of some 150 pages, where like people who have died, killed themselves because of this discrimination.
Yeah, it's a deeply ingrained thing also, which there is there in the society. So
because of the mindset that the society has when it comes to looking at people through that skin color, yes, there has been a very, very deep impact on people's mind, and obviously there has been a, what do I say, the outcomes have been really bad.
yeah,
So
right.
that is how I came up with that dialogue. कि न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब ने भी उतनी जिंदगियां बर्बाद नहीं की होंगी जितनी काले और गोरे के चक्कर में हो गई.
Right,
Because
right, exactly.
people, in families everywhere, they are facing this issue every day.
Right.
So that's prompted me to write a script around that issue, because I have also seen it in my family. But my whole concern was I didn't want to be preachy as a maker, because when I go to see other films, for me, entertainment comes first.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
whatever the film is about, whatever theme the film addresses, it should be entertaining. So that is the
Definitely.
reason, like I had to write more than 15 drafts, because I was not satisfied with my script. You
Okay.
know, I wanted to be entertaining and very tight and core. So everything was on paper, whether the way the film has been edited
Right.
also, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of, when you see the film, you'll understand how, because it's a non-linear narrative.
Yeah.
And the way we go into the flashback and come to the present, that has a particular editing pattern, but that
Very
was mentioned in the script, because that is how I could can those shots, so that
absolutely.
so yeah.
And also, nobody else could have played Dulal the way he did. I just want to say
Yeah.
that nobody else
So
could have.
coming
Yeah.
coming to that,
Nobody
Sulagna,
can get built
coming
up so nicely the way I
coming
was. Yeah.
coming to that, Sulagna, I would ask you one question, like who was better, Akshay as the director or Akshay as the actor, co-actor?
Oh my God, you're the
I
most
need to
difficult.
go out of the room, then
Difficult
only she'll be able
question.
to answer that.
Mm, I think just balancing the two, it's commendable. Like he just
Okay.
said that वो हमें as an actor भी scene के बीच में instruction दे देते हैं somehow, you know. So
Okay.
it is brilliant. Like मेरे को ये लगता है कि just as an actor आपको कितना
हाँ.
कुछ focus करना पड़ता है कि अच्छा आसपास लोग बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ चिड़िया है, यहाँ पे वो है, सब आवाजें एक साथ आ रही है, कोई हॉर्न बजा रहा है, and आपको character में भी रहना है, सब कुछ करना है. So
Right.
just that focus, it takes so much out of you. So I was like, how is he? मतलब आप actually दस्सर in a very positive way, I want to say,
Right.
क्योंकि हर एक माइंड हर जगह पे रहता है, हर
हाँ.
एक मतलब he is so
So
alert
he's the
and
overall anchor. Everything has to be
yeah, like to be,
under
and
his
his
control.
character is not an easy character. It's a
Mhm.
very difficult character to play. So to be in that character, because he's not at all like his character, you know. So to be in that character, yet have that awareness about everything, where the camera is, where the light is, कोई किसी की light काट रहा है क्या, किसी को कब dialogue बोलना है. So that is hats off. मुझे तो एक काम करने में इतना मुश्किल होता है. I would say that he was brilliant as both.
No, I guess I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, to our friends, Pinky Beauty Parlor is releasing on the 14th of April. Sulagna, that is our Pana Sankranti festival, you would definitely know, and of
Yes.
course, Mahavir Jayanti. And we would request all our viewers to go to the cinema and watch this film. This is a very important film which tackles a very important subject. And I'm sure this film will definitely do in our mainstream audience also. So here is wishing you
Yes.
all the very best, sir, and all the very best, Sulagna. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you
us
so
with our
much.
show.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Namaskar.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.